Welcome to the New Orleans TV Internetwork System. It's Cinco de Mayo, 5th of May. Welcome to our broadcasting. As you know, we do 1 hour live broadcasting over 5 different screens, 3 Facebooks, Bob Bockelman, New Orleans TV Internetwork System, and the network, and the New Deal for now. Also, Periscope under Bob Bockelman and Twitter under at Bob Bockelman, I believe. We're waiting for LinkedIn Live. Right there, we post that after the fact, a link so people can see the show who follow LinkedIn Live. If you are on one of our 5 streaming destinations, you can make a chat or comment live as long as you set it into public, and it will show up on our screen. And some of them will actually take and put on the screen from that both Chef and I will see. So remember, if you want to ask a question to Chef, unfortunately, there's no phone calls. And if you're on Chef's um, screen, Facebook stream, or whatever other streams he's using, you may not have that opportunity, or we might not see that chat or comment. You have to be on one of ours, and it has to be set up as public, not private or friends, that it only goes to your friends and won't be seen here on the screen for all the audience. Please don't hesitate to ask us something. The live chat and comments are now, so you can, as they say, commits among yourselves if you like. Uh, See who might be watching that you might know, whatever you want to do. The important thing is that we will be on air live with our show, and I'm not going to introduce the show until right on the hour. Notice that you have a little clock up there that's counting down the 5 minutes from when we went live. Our station logo stays up there till the hour, and then we will bring you the show logo for 30 seconds. Then I'll be on to introduce the show and welcome our guests. And from then on, you'll know the format and enjoy our show. Once again, you're with us on the New Orleans TV Internet Network System. We're broadcasting live simultaneously on the 3 Facebooks I mentioned, the Twitter, Periscope and Twitter, and YouTube channel R space REVUE, which you can see anytime should you miss the live broadcast. From the time we finish, it's on there and it's permanently. Facebook is only on for 24 hours, so we recommend if one of your family members, you're busy today with something else and you want to see it, go to the YouTube channel R space REVUE. Be able to hopefully subscribe if you like, or more importantly, to see the show. Okay, I'm going to keep quiet for a little bit and we'll be back on the hour. See you soon. Watching the New Orleans TV Internet Network System. Programming will start momentarily. Hola, bienvenidos a las gentes. 5 de Mayo está Bob Backelman. En sí está la programa Chef Chat USA. Bienvenidos todos, agentes. Me gusta las audiencias and bienvenido a guest chef Jaime A. Graham. Welcome, Chef James Graham, A. Graham, excuse me, known as the Bishop of Culinary Arts, and we'll get into that a little bit about his thing. We appreciate you coming on. He did he has a show. We'll talk about that momentarily. James, what can you tell the audience about yourself?
The Bishop of Culinary Arts and Dining with the Bishop. I am from New Jersey. By way of North Carolina. I'm a country boy at heart. Been cooking for the last 30 plus years, and it's my passion.
I have to ask because no one says Jersey anymore. Ever since that horrible show, which I don't even know happens, they all say Jersey Shore.
Jersey
so
Shore.
Is there such a thing that you're on Jersey Shore? It can't be the whole state be Jersey Shore. Is that right?
No, it's not. It's actually mostly South Jersey.
Hallelujah. Yes, I heard it was a trashy program. I'm sure people will get me on this because they probably love it. But anyway.
A lot of people did.
Yeah. So how long have you been in Jersey from North Carolina about?
I've been in Jersey about 30 years.
Wow. So you've been there a while, almost your whole cooking span.
Yes,
right?
just about, yes. I lived in New York as well.
Oh, nice. How about
I went to culinary school in Manhattan.
Manhattan. Congratulations. That's a wonderful, wonderful tribute. Fortunately, you were there in the good days. It wasn't like today. Anyway.
Yes, very much so.
Anyway, so I wanted to tell everyone that you were kind of, as you alluded to, James has 2 shows on Monday nights and Friday nights at 10 o'clock Eastern or 9 o'clock our time on Facebook Live. Any place else is it on any other platform?
Facebook, as well as YouTube.
Okay. And what is the the channel for Facebook is called what?
The Bishop of Culinary Art, and YouTube is Jaggers TV, JAGRAHS TV.
Jaggers TV. All right, there you go. And so you can watch. And he was so kind. When we were setting up today's show last week, and he told me he was doing a show on Monday night, obviously. And today's Cinco de Mayo, I asked him, would he do a Latin or Mexican dish? And sure enough, I must have had ESP because he came out with exactly what I wanted, and he did a beautiful paella. So I would suggest you go to his YouTube because it might not still be on Facebook. Go to his YouTube channel, Jaggers TV. What was it again?
Jaggers TV.
Jaggers TV. And watch that program. I think you'll find a delight. I mean, it's loaded. It is so beautiful. And he did just a great job. And he does it on, like I said, Monday and Friday night, 2 different shows. He's kind enough to do this since the horrible situation began. And hopefully, maybe he'll continue if his time permits after the situation resolved. Because it's a fun show, very, very helpful. I'm not a chef, and even stupid me could follow the directions. So it's not in using a lot of shop talk and might, go right over your head. By the way, how about the sombrero? Huh? Don't I look the Mexican? Sure, with this beautiful color. Anyway, now today, because we set this up a while ago, and Chef has to provide us in advance the pictures of 20 dishes that he's prepared. Unfortunately, none of these were geared towards Cinco de Mayo, so you have to apologize. Only the sombrero is Cinco de Mayo, all right? But there is one dish that has an ingredient that's very popular in Mexico, as well as many of the Latin and Southwestern cooks. So I think you'll enjoy that thing. But I think the rest of the dishes, it won't matter that it's Cinco de Mayo. By the way, besides those 2 shows, if you watch the scrolling ticker on below us, you'll see House chef, again, there's his title on Facebook, the Bishop of Culinary Arts, which he mentioned, but he's also providing his cell. I'm not going to say it out loud. If you need it, go ahead and write it down. That'll continue at a pretty slow pace all through the show. And when we come back for our final goodbyes and discussions, he's going to reiterate, how you can see him and contact him should you not only want to see the show, but maybe do some catering if you're in the vicinity, whatever he can afford to or accommodate you with. All right, Chef, anything else you want to tell us about yourself before we go ahead and launch into your beautiful dishes?
I'm good. I just want to talk about Dining with the Bishop. It's a beautiful platform that's been put in my place during this pandemic. We are most chefs are out of work, and we're doing what we can to survive.
Yeah, I compliment the first time I saw it. I had to compliment him on the only thing, and no disrespect, and I'm so grateful to all these chefs who are doing well. One, it's keeping them busy, keeping them polished, fresh in their career, but also giving back to the audience who's for the most part at home quarantined. So it's a wonderful thing, and the more the merrier. So it's not like I already got so many. Well, that's great. I mean, there's nothing wrong with having too many. They don't have enough to fill up 24 hours a day. I tell you that. But the one thing I did compliment specifically, not only the casual atmosphere, which is common to most, but was the camera work. And he told us he had a magnificent assistant that he.
Yes.
I'm not sure. Anyway,
that camera person is my wife. She is awesome.
I didn't want to make any assumptions, but
and we've been together for 30 plus years.
Oh wow! Oh, now you wait. She might not use. Anyway, what's good about it is that she can follow. Most of the other individuals, like myself, have fixed cameras because they don't have an extra person, unfortunately, to do such. So therefore, if that shot is not great, or if that shot is, just looking at one aspect, it can't rotate and go up to his or her face of the chef, as well as back down to the plate, or left and right if it goes from the stove to Whereas this, by having that camera person, a magnificent person, it follows him through the show, so it makes it a premier production. So again, I plaudits to you because I think it comes off beautifully. So please, once again, folks, go ahead and try it. Now, unless you've got something to do, else to say, then we're going to go ahead and launch into the pictures. Is that all right?
Sounds good.
Now, folks, Chef is going to be tolerant of me because what I like to do is when we used to have live shows on cable TV for 15 years with the chefs, and even for a while after that, we've asked the chefs to try and put the dishes in order as if you were in a restaurant, or follow the menu, meaning appetizers or amuse-bouche right up front, soup, salad. Nowadays, the addition of small plates and entrees and then desserts. So, unfortunately, software technology sometimes works against you as well as with you. And I think I got them all in that order. But there's a couple, as I mentioned to him, that I was deciding whether it was small plates or whatever. So they'll be at the end, and you'll have to excuse me, and Chef will hopefully understand that I could not squeeze them in that order. But the important thing is the visuals and the hearing of the presentation and the main elements, no matter what the order. But so with that, without further ado, when I want to get into that, let's go ahead and take a look at our first dish. Now, this I would consider the amuse-bouche. Is that right, sir?
Yes, sir.
Now, let's go ahead and, again, I promised we wouldn't talk above people or shop talk, and sure enough, the first thing out of my mouth is poorly pronounced French terms. Tell us what amuse-bouche. You'd have to literally transform. What is it actually for the diner?
The amuse-bouche is to amuse them out.
Okay. And basically, it's just a spoonful as you're serving, a bite.
It's a bite. It's a bite prior to the appetizer, prior to the entrees, prior to everything. It's just to get your taste buds rolling.
Yeah, it's kind of like a complimentary, or what we call in the world lagniappe, meaning extra thing from the chef to exactly what he said, to get your palate ready, but
Yeah.
and usually doing something that's not on the menu. So that's the key to
Most of the time it's not on the menu.
right. Well, I'm just telling them, and just to be sure. Now, tell us what this particular amuse-bouche is, please.
I can't see it right this second.
Oh, you don't have the pic? Oh, no. Oh. Is there any way you can go to the pictures on your? Are you broadcasting on the phone or a laptop?
On a desktop.
Okay. Oh, well, that's good. I'm sorry. Could you, on your phone, go to your Facebook Messenger pictures and you send them all to me? Follow. You can see them on the phone while you're on the laptop. You understand?
Yes.
That way, people, because we'll need you to address each one of these dishes. I thought you understood that you have to look at the dishes as well, whether they're in order or not. You still need to see them. So, can you do that? Well, I'm going to leave the picture up. I'll bring us up while you're doing that. Again, folks, we're here with Chef James A. Graham, commonly known, not commonly, I guess, they're wrong term, but frequently known as the Bishop of Culinary Arts. And he has his own shows, Dining with the Bishop, etc. So you could watch him do his own thing. Again, we have never been since 2000 when we debuted. We have never been a cooking show. We don't take it away from an individual chef or from a restaurant. How are we doing? Are we able to find him, sir?
Good. I have the favorite photos here.
Excellent.
Are we starting off with
the amuse-bouche? Like I said, fried wolf. Sorry.
Yes, it's a seared scallop with salmon caviar garnished with seared scallops garnished with salmon caviar and a chive.
Yeah, I was about to conjecture. I didn't want to talk on your behalf, but I could see the beautiful caviar, and I figured there was a scallop underneath and a little chive sticking out.
Just a spoonful, just to amuse the mouth.
And for those who don't know what chives are, because I know that people say chives and they, it rolls off their tongue, but not necessarily do they understand. What is a chive, please?
Chive is in the onion family.
There you go.
It's a nice, thin onion.
It's very mild.
Yes.
When people say, "Oh, an onion, that's so strong." No, au contraire. It's very, very mild and just a great addition to almost any plate. I think it's great. So mixing it here is good. All right. Well, now we're going to actually go into the rest of the menu. I think we start with, let's see what we have next. I'm showing a guy I would consider this an appetizer. Can you see those, sir?
I see a soup.
I know. Remember, it's not going to be in your order. These are egg rolls. Some type of egg rolls. Do you have egg rolls?
Yes. Those are called the Jaguar spring rolls.
Oh, spring rolls. Very good. Now tell us, well, Jagger's named after you. It's always good to have your name somewhere.
Jagger is actually my name.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
My name is James Almond Graham. So it's the acronym of my name, Jaggers. Jagrahs.
Thank you.
So these right here, Jaguar spring rolls, it's simple carrot, celery, onion with touch of it's sauteed with hoisin, garlic, teriyaki sauce, and rice noodles wrapped in a spring roll wrap.
Okay. Now is that? It looks like that. I'm sorry. It looks like that's fried. Is that correct or not, sir?
Oh, definitely fried. It's got to be good.
Well, there's a lot of rolls that aren't fried that are good too. But anyway, there's a beautiful presentation, and once again, it's all vegetable stuff. There's no seafood.
It's all vegetable.
Well, there you go. Our vegan, our very popular vegetarian dishes nowadays is a great starter plate. Okay.
Yes,
now here's another one I recognize. I think these are. Is that dumplings? No, maybe not. Maybe not. What do we have? Cakes, crab cake. What do we have here? Do you see this one, sir?
Which one are you on?
I've got to find it in your list. And so you don't see the pictures at all.
Yeah, and not on your screen, no.
Oh. All right. Let me see. My bad eyes. All right. It looks like it's in the first batch. To me, it came in as the first of your first shipment of pictures. Very first.
Oh, that's the mozzarella stuff with ricotta.
Um, no, this doesn't look like cheese at all. This looks like crab cakes. There's 4 on one side, circular, 4 on the other side, and flanked with, and the insides are long. I don't know, the
Oh,
chicken.
it's the catfish. The deep fried catfish with the corn fritters. Yes, yes, yes.
Tell us a little bit how does this considered an entree or is this an appetizer for the table?
It's an entree. It can be an entree or it can be an appetizer.
Well, that's good. I put it with the appetizer. So again, it's fried catfish. Is
Deep
that
fried
right?
fish, fried in a cast iron skillet. It's actually on one of my shows on Facebook Live. Also is on YouTube. It's the fresh corn fritters and deep fried catfish with a cornmeal crust.
So there you go, folks. If you love the thing or want to try it yourself, go watch it, look for him on YouTube on that channel and look for that particular show so you can see him actually prepared from scratch. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Now this one is a I don't know whether to call it appetizer plate. This might be obviously the mozzarella cheese or something, but you've got the whole circular plate, or maybe it's a salad with lemons and cucumber.
Yes, yes, yes.
What do
It's
we
the
get?
I can't even remember the name of the cheese. It's a shame.
Is it buffalo mozzarella?
No, it's stuffed with it's mozzarella stuffed with ricotta.
Oh, really?
And we have the cured lemons and cured lemons, radishes. It's a beautiful salad.
How do you cure them, Sabah?
Yes, I cured them with salt,
Salt.
salt
Okay.
and different herbs.
And what type of greens are you using in the center?
Oh, that's a baby field green.
I got it. Now
Yeah,
this
mescaline comprised of Lola Rosa, baby arugula, tossed with a citrus vinaigrette.
very
Very
nice,
simple dish.
very nice. But I have to admit, it looks so large on the screen. Is it for more than one?
No, it's actually for a buffet. That is not for one.
Oh, I don't think no matter how hungry you are, even if it's your main dish, that's a heck of a lot of food there. So,
Yes, yes, yes.
do you have a name for it? Is it just salad? Or
That's just the mozzarella stuff with ricotta.
how
Salad.
did you? How did you? I have to ask. How did you come with stuffing those two together? That seems like and not an unusual. Well, to me, it's an unusual combination. Not that it's wrong, but how did you come across the idea of putting the ricotta inside the mozzarella? I mean, the ricotta I know is
Old world recipe.
okay.
Yep. I'm trying to remember the name of the cheese.
Yeah, I wish you would. That would be great. If it
There's an
comes,
actual name for it. I apologize.
no problem. If it comes to you, don't worry. I forget everything all day long. If it comes to you before the end of the show, just shout it out for us.
I
Okay.
will.
All right. All right. Now let's. Now this looks like, and again, this was the second picture in what you sent, but for some reason, and it looks like it's either steak tartare or tuna tartare.
Tuna tartare. It
Yeah.
is tuna tartare with a quail egg and avocado.
This has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 slices, thinly cut in a fan shape, and on the left side is some decorative drizzle. I can't see what that is.
Oh yeah, that's a seared ahi tuna with
Okay.
a julienne vegetable slaw.
Now, is it crusted the tuna? And if so, which one?
Sesame crusted tuna.
Sesame crust. Okay, and
Yes, it is.
a slaw, like a slaw salad on the side. All right.
Yes, it is. A
That's
beautiful, nice julienne salad. Peppers, peppers, cucumbers, onions, scallions. Really nice, simple slaw.
very, very pristine, and for nowadays healthy eating, if you want to call it, I think it's really good, really well done. It's beautifully plated. I love the the balancing of the slices of the tuna going one fading in one direction, and then incorporated with the decorative drizzle. I don't know, it looks like chocolate. I'm sure it's not chocolate.
It's actually a teriyaki glaze.
Teriyaki blend. There you go. Thank you for clarifying. So everyone will think I'm crazy. Okay, next one. Now here's the soup. Oh my God! Now To me, this almost looks like a Mexican soup.
It is.
Ah, there we go. There we go. Tell us what this kind of sopa or what is it? Pollo? What do we call
It
it?
is. It's a chicken and corn tortilla soup
Ah,
with
okay.
cilantro and nice chunks of chicken. It's thickened with the corn tortilla. Nice, nice essence of the Mexican culture.
Yeah, it really is. So this is definitely our tribute to Cinco de Mayo today. And who cares about those margaritas when you can have something delicious like this? If you drink those margaritas, you're not going to appreciate any of this food. It's all going to
You
taste.
might not remember the food.
And your broth, is it like a tomato base or what? What's
Yes,
your
it is. It's actually a broad and just a touch of tomato, crushed tomato, just for flavor and color.
yeah, not overpowering. I see.
Yes, yes. You don't want it to overpower. Then you can't taste anything else.
Right, exactly. And is that some that's guacamole? And of course, do you serve any
Guacamole with lime on top.
lime? Okay, that's how so lime.
You squeeze the fresh lime across the top to get the acids and
Really,
the flavor.
it's so much better with that drizzle or squeeze of acid that lime really does, as opposed to lemon. Lime really brings it out. This is one of my. I love soups, and this is one of my favorite. And you couldn't beat it from the color combination and the consistency. Look, just a beautiful presentation for a soup. And even though we're almost in 90s today, it's a little warm to be eating this soup. But at the same time, I would do it because I eat soup year round. I don't know how the temperature's up by you, chef, but.
Yeah, it's cool this morning out here.
You say, well, good. Hopefully, all your northerners can maybe find a bowl of this to go along with those drinks that you'll be over consuming. Anyway, let's go on to next. Okay, now this is again. I put it in the salad combination, and it looks like a fried lotus or a dried lotus ring on top.
Yes, it is a mango, black bean, and arugula salad with a fried lotus root.
Isn't that fabulous? So you've got mango strips. That's the cheddar mango, which is, of course, phenomenal. Yeah. And you've got, what are the black things? What are the
black beans?
Black beans. Ah.
Black beans cut in half.
So this could be a little Mexican too by having the black beans.
Yes, the black bean and the mango. But it looks, yeah.
And what about the greens? What was the greens?
Arugula.
Oh.
Baby arugula. Very nice.
And for those who've never seen that pinwheel, which is one of my favorite decorative items, the Asians really have eaten this way before.
I love lotus root.
Yes.
Lotus root chips are delicious. And what I do is I fry them, and I have a special rub. It's called the Jaggers rub, and I fry them and I sprinkle the rub on top.
Yeah. If you're not familiar, do not be afraid. Just try, especially if it's fried like this. It would be better than if it's any potato chip you have or tortilla chip.
Very much so.
Yeah, and more healthy than the fried potato.
Yes, it is a root vegetable.
But it's definitely one of the prettiest additions to almost any plate, whether you try it or not. Yeah, and I think this really brings out this particular salad. So that really sounds like a winner right there. I really like the look and the ingredients. All right, let's move on. Now this one's going to be a little hard. This is a much smaller print photograph, and it's let's see, I can't make it. It's like some salad and maybe something on top of a large, just like a cake. So I don't know what that would be, white and black, and some peppers, and it's the smallest picture. It's a landscape, not
landscape.
Yeah, horizontal instead of not vertical. Anything like that?
I see it. Oh, you mean that those are salmon croquettes?
Say it again. Oh, salmon croquettes?
Yes.
On top?
Yep.
Oh, that sounds good. May I ask what you stuff with your salmon croquettes?
Yeah, fresh salmon. I don't use the canned salmon.
Absolutely.
Onions, peppers, touch of the Jaggers rub, and I have a beautiful cilantro slaw underneath.
Yeah, definitely. Now, do you use, that's a tough one, don't take offense here, but do you try and get domestic versus wild salmon?
Salmon?
Yes, sir.
Domestic.
I prefer wild. Once you taste it, there's
yeah, I actually love wild as well. But on this particular dish, it was a domestic salmon.
No, sometimes it's not as available as the domestic. So that's the key there. But it makes a beautiful set. It makes a beautiful coloring with the orange, the cream, and then the greens on the bottom. So very, very nice replacement. Now here's one that has the green on top, and if I wouldn't think it would look more like oysters. I thought maybe this might. You got a plate, circular plate, white plate with a perimeter of yellow and vegetables or something decorating it. Greens on top. And like I say, to me, that would have looked maybe like croquettes as opposed to. But do you see that?
The one with the greens on the bottom?
The greens on top. So that kind. Underneath it is maybe this. Maybe there's a scallop or something between a scallop and the greens, and then a yellow crusted stuff with green, very pretty. And then around the perimeter is drizzle of yellow, some orange.
Oh yes, that is a seared monkfish.
Monkfish. Oh my goodness, aren't you progressive?
Is it the plate green?
No, the plate is white.
The plate is white?
That's why I don't think this is monkfish is usually very dark. Yeah, it's a white circular plate. I don't know why you can't refer to the pictures. When you first sent me the pictures, you sent a 3, 6, 9, 10 pictures together. Most of these have been in that 10. Then
that's actually a Chilean sea bass.
That looks much more like it, yes. And what's underneath it, sir?
That Chilean sea bass is with the saffron and a snow pea risotto.
Oh, that is nice.
Yes.
What a nice combination. That is fantastic.
Yes.
That risotto, that is really nice, sir. I'm glad we clarified.
With a yellow and red tomato coulis.
Yeah, coulis. That's it. Very pretty. Very nice and nice height on it. Now here we go with hopefully see this one. This one. I don't want to say it looks like a burger. It's not a burger by any means, but there's something on top. The centerpiece is. Oh, I can pull something. Then there's another layer of the cheese, and then another something dark at the bottom, circular. What's interesting, the plate is vertical, and there's a big green Z on the left as part of the decoration, and then three.
Yeah, that is a filet mignon and shrimp.
Oh, that's why you see it. I said it looks like beef, but then it doesn't look. So it's
with roasted garlic mashed potatoes, and that is a pea puree that made the Z.
Yeah, and then you have 3 color puree, including the pea, 2 other colors, yellow and orange.
Tomato coulis.
So that's shrimp and beef, right?
Yep, like a mixed grill, a surfing grill.
Very pretty, very pretty. All right, so people. Now here's a beautiful one. This is a pot with black pot with strawberries on it, and the outside is it beans in the inside. What are we doing in here? Very dark. I'm sorry.
That is a chocolate and banana bread pudding.
Oh, that's a dessert. See, I couldn't make it out. Although I should have known with the fresh fruit. So we've got in the container itself. That's a chocolate bread pudding as well.
Yes, it is. It's a really small pot. It looks large in the picture, but it's really small.
Well, that's why I said this can't be dessert. This has got to be some type of entree or a soup or a stew. So
it's a dessert.
The dessert, okay. I apologize for putting it in
different vessels.
But you got berries, you got grapes, I think, strawberries, raspberries. So you got your nice, nice. Maybe I don't got blueberries in the center, but it's a nice combination with chocolate because berries go so well with chocolate in most desserts. Well done. Well done. All right, let's move on. Now this is again a small one, a landscape one. This almost looks like layers of that buffalo mozzarella cheese and tomato, the first one, and then something fried. Maybe that's the cake with greens on top.
Yes, that is that's a Capri salad. Tomato mozzarella, yellow tomato, red tomato, and
Right.
fresh buffalo mozzarella with basil on top.
But they, yes, okay, that's it.
Garnished with balsamic reduction.
That's one of my favorite summer salads. I think it's
Yes, it's perfect for the summer.
yeah, color and it's almost the red, white, green dip in Mexico Day.
Yeah, very much so.
We could call that a Mexican Cinco de Mayo dishes.
Just for color.
Very,
Classic Italian dish.
very nice. Okay, moving on. Now, oh, this is a vertical, a portrait dish. Is that fries on the top? I don't know. It's very stringy, and then that looks like meat.
New York strip.
That must be what it is, sir. And it's
It's
got
a
like,
New York strip with roasted garlic mashed potatoes and sauteed oyster mushrooms.
okay. And those are like shoestring fries on top. What is that on top?
Potatoes, yes.
Like teepee style.
Exactly.
And what is down the bottom? That's mushrooms. What's all
Oyster
around?
mushrooms. Really earthy mushrooms. Really, really, really full of flavor.
Yeah, you can't beat the combination of mushrooms with steak, huh?
Yes. No, you cannot. I
And
love
even with burgers, so really any kind of meat, red meat with the mushrooms. Great, great. All right. This is a beautiful dish. And this it is. It's got the lotus wheels, three of them, mounted horizontally. I mean vertically,
Yeah.
and pieces of meat again. Is that sirloin tips? Or what do we have there?
Actually, you have
Or is it
pieces of tenderloin,
ten?
sauteed baby spinach, sweet potato puree,
Okay,
and the lotus root on top.
really nice. Now that's a great color combination. And again, bringing it up by standing those lotus wheels on top really adds 3D dimension to it that you normally wouldn't have if you just had the placement of the meat. So really, really pretty. So that's a great one. That gives you that crunch of the lotus root and the savoriness and the chewiness, or really the melt in your mouth goodness of your steak, your meat.
Yes.
So that's a good one. And then the puree, you're gonna be mopping that mopping
I
it up.
love sweet potato puree.
Oh yeah. Not only for the color but the taste. It's
Yes,
it's almost a dessert in itself because it's so.
yes.
I know you were talking about the fried plantains being so sweet last night in your paella, or when you accompanying your paella, but I think the sweet potato puree might match the sweetness of some of
They
your.
might be neck and neck.
There you go. All right, so let's see what else we got. Now this is again, it's a circular plate. It's landscape. It's got three. I can only see two of them. Fried things on top and a little coulis and something right underneath. I don't know what this is. Can't make out what this fried thing is. And there's a little piece of green on top of each.
One piece of green.
Yeah, it's like a leaf, like a parsley leaf. It's not parsley, but like that hanging on top of each piece.
Those are actually the salmon croquettes.
Ah, okay. So I'm afraid the other one salmon because didn't look orange. So these are set. So this is served as appetizer or is this entree?
Yeah.
Appetizer. Very
Yeah,
good.
nice small bites
And how again? What do we stuff the croquettes with? Besides
with
the
onions and peppers.
green cup. Oh,
Yeah.
can't beat that coming from New Orleans. You can't beat that combination. We gotta.
I know I'm from North Carolina. We put onions and peppers in everything.
There you go. Y'all are close. Y'all are close.
Very much so.
Now this is a beauty. Now this is really top notch. This has the big Z in your. I don't know if it's chocolate or again, and each piece almost looks like sushi because it's like you got a green base that's scallop, some meat or fish on top of it, and then on the very top it looks like a yellow pineapple puree with a little maybe that's quail eggs. So it's orange, yellow, white for your tuna color, and on
Oh
top.
yes. It's the tuna tartare with the quail eggs and the avocado puree.
Okay. Say it again, please, sir.
It's a tuna tartare with the quail egg and avocado puree.
Man.
That right there is really delicious. Small plates is perfect for that. Small plates or amuse boost, either one.
Yeah, that's great because again, it's very much like sushi. It's bite size, even though you struggle to put the whole thing in your mouth. but it's
No,
something.
it's really, really small.
Yeah, it's something though. The problem because it's a quail egg, it's hard for you, for the delicate who can't eat this with a knife and fork. They're going to lose
Yeah,
a lot of the yolk. Whereas if they can put it most of it in their mouth, they'll get at least a good portion of the yolk, and it won't be wasted. Because that
exactly.
quail egg is so tasty, right? And again, folks, if you've never tried, don't be afraid of smaller birds and their eggs. That makes sense.
It tastes really, really good.
Oh, well, first of all, quail is delicious if you haven't had it.
Yeah,
But their eggs are superb. But don't be afraid of them. They're healthy. They're not nothing. So many people have so many old wives' tales about things when they're not familiar with it. That's why I like to kind of re-emphasize the not only the edibility but also the fabulous taste you're missing. So if you like regular chicken eggs, you'll like quail eggs. I think even better. I really do.
yeah. They're rich and creamy.
Very creamy. Very creamy. Okay, go on and now this has got to be a dessert again. This is a beauty. Strawberries and blackberries, I guess, on the bottom. What is a big scoop? Is that ice cream? A big circular looks like a scoop with mint on top, and the peanut cluster or something like praline on the side of it, and it's sitting on some type of wafer or cookie, large cookie. See that one?
Oh, that's the apple cobbler.
Ah, okay. So tell us you get.
That is the apple cobbler with a scoop of ice cream with berries around it. And
Yeah.
it's actually a really, really small one. The pictures make them look larger than they are. That's a one person dessert.
Oh, really? So this is because I would think I said, "Oh, gee, how do you serve? This must be difficult to serve because they cut into it, especially with the ice cream." But
Cinnamon and nutmeg, and I like to use Granny Smith apples. It gives a little twang.
right. And what is on the top of the crust between the ice cream? It's like a
Um,
clove. It looks like a praline.
Part of the apples. I wanted to garnish it with the apples. To fill
Oh,
it.
okay. So that's additional apples. Oh, okay.
That's additional apples.
I see that now. If I look close, I can see little pieces of it, but it really looks almost like a praline, part of a praline sitting up there. Really nice, really nice. Unfortunately, we've talked our way through it. We still have plenty of time. We kind of went quicker than we normally do. So let's bring us back on. There we are. Um, let's talk a little bit about what would you say, like what particular town are you or city are you in Jersey, please, sir?
I am in Fords, New Jersey.
What is it again?
Fords.
And approximately the size of the population, idea of that population size?
I would say around 5,000.
Okay. So it's not one of the biggest cities.
No, it's not. It's not.
Oh, okay.
No,
I
no, 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 no.
understand. Well, again, the only thing I know about Jersey is the quote unquote Jersey Shore title. But I know a lot of people that don't live in New York do live in Jersey and sometimes even commute over, or at least because of the proximity and because it's so expensive to live in New York. So I know a lot of people live.
I just stopped commuting approximately 3 or 4 years ago. I used to
Oh,
commute to Staten Island. Yes, I did, into New York City
every day or just certain days?
every day.
Wow, congratulations! I don't know how you did that because that must have been tedious. I mean,
Well,
you
I'm
don't.
not that far from the outer bridge,
I got
but it's still an hour. And with traffic coming home,
right. It really takes a chunk of your day or your evening away by having to do that every.
yeah,
But anyway, but I heard it's lovely over there. I mean, I have some people live in New Jersey. They tell me because all I thought it was all besides the Jersey Shore, I thought it was very industrialized. But I heard that there's a lot of parts that are very scenic. More
it's
rural
called
than
Garden State because there's lots of greenery, lots of farms, lots of cattle. But believe it or not, it's a lot of cattle going on in New Jersey.
a lot of cattle.
Yes.
Wow, you never think of that, huh?
A lot of people don't know it, but it's called the Garden State for a reason. Jersey is known for its beautiful sweet tomatoes, Jersey corn. So it's a lot of vegetation here.
That's fantastic. Well, you're doing a good job for the Chamber of Commerce. I I have a total visual misconception of Jersey. You know,
Jersey, people
having
say.
these people on the beach and then all industrial. And anyway, so thank you for doing that, because for those of us who haven't been to Jersey, we at least know that there's parts of it that's just as scenic, or that they've liked it anywhere, whether it's where they live or whatever. So,
There
and
are a lot
plus,
of parts of Jersey you would think you were in the South.
really,
Yes.
are you sure you're not pushing the envelope, man? Because I'm
No,
certain.
look, it took me for a loop too. Being from North Carolina, when I
Right.
started venturing out into southern New Jersey, I didn't realize how big the landscape was and how much farms there were.
So when you left North Carolina, was that to go to culinary school in Staten Island, where you said
Yes,
you went, and
yes,
then you just stayed there and settled in Jersey? Is that
yes,
right?
I did.
Okay. So you still have family back in North Carolina,
Oh
or
yes, lots.
no?
Brothers, sisters,
Do you,
cousins, grandparents.
do you get down there? Hopefully, all some degree.
I tend. I haven't gone in a while, but yes, I try to get back as much as I can.
It's a shame you have the time now, but not really a good time.
I know. We
Perfect
can't
time,
travel right now. I don't want to be quarantined somewhere for 14 days.
but otherwise, this would have been the perfect visiting time compared to your normal schedule. So anyway, and now for the folks again, let's see. Still got 18 minutes. Let's see what else we can know about you. Why don't you tell quickly the story of how you got in? Because we were saying, is he officially a pastor when you call him bishop, a minister? What, how did he get that?
I'm not a pastor or a bishop. The name bishop came from when I was a child. My brothers would call me bishop,
Okay.
and for years that's what they called me. And one day, my one of the ministers at my church, he kept saying that I look like Bishop McClellan, if I'm not mistaken.
Uh-huh.
And I told him, I said that's what they used to call me when I was a kid, a bishop. And he told his father, which was our pastor, and then he began to call me the Bishop of Culinary Art. So that's where that came from. So
Wow.
no, I'm not a pastor. No, I'm not an ordained bishop. No,
Well,
I do love the Lord. I am a child of God, but I have not took those classes of theology. No.
you're putting yours on a plate and then making people enjoy the products there. That's the key. But it's
Yeah,
interesting how your brothers accidentally gave you a title
I know.
that really became part of your professional career. That's usually never happens.
You never know what will happen. And that's been like that since I probably 10, 11 years old. They've been calling me the bishop.
Well, even if we have to end the story a little early today, let's go ahead and revisit the different ways that they can see you and contact you. Let's start with like I say, let's tell you on Monday and Friday nights.
I'm on Monday and Friday at 10 p.m. That's the Bishop of Culinary Art page on Facebook Live.
Facebook
You can
Live.
also follow me on Instagram, JAGRAHS, that's Jaguars. And you can also subscribe to me on YouTube, Jaguars TV, JAGRAHS TV. Yeah, and you can see a lot of fun stuff. I'm always posting about culinary and lots of fun food that I'm trying out for the week. Also try dining with the bishop. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think you're doing a very good job, as I mentioned. And so it's very well worthwhile. And so the important thing, folks, if you don't, if it's too late for you in your territory or whatever, or you just can't see it live, go to his Jaggers TV YouTube channel, and you'll be able to see all the episodes. Is that correct? It's all being
Yes,
streamed.
okay.
So if you miss, hey, or you see him live and you're really interested in him, well, go back and do the ones you did, the ones you didn't see, because you're going to find issues. Now, I think you also try and give a little advance notice of what dishes you're going to be doing that week, or at least the next episode. Is that right?
Yes, I do. We post them at least a day out.
Okay, that's important because, all you need to do is turn it off if it's not something you're interested in. But at the same time, it's nice to know a little bit in advance to make you just like when you promised me you were going to do a paella, I know I checked with him a couple of times. I felt bad because I was being persistent. I was afraid it was going to be too complicated. He would go with something simpler, but he was true to his word as a bishop and pulled it off beautifully. So, if nothing else, go back to last night's issue of paella, and I'm telling you, unless you got to have something wrong with you if you can't if you don't like that dish.
I must say that paella was delicious last night.
Yeah, that's the only part I had to say the only part I'm not sure is the best part is to sit there and watch him taste it. You know, because I mean he's ooving and eyeing, which I know you would do if you tried, but it's kind of not fair to the audience. We can't smell it, we can't taste it. The two other we can see it, which is just like this show, but those other things of being able to have the olfactory aromas and of course then the flavor. And here he is. They wasn't gorging himself, so I don't mean it like that. But he did sample like each of the. Well, there was a seafood, there's the rice, and of course his plate. So that's the only part I got a little. I kind of cut it short because I said, no, I can't see him eating anymore. No. Yeah, I have nothing to eat.
I try to do dishes that everyone. It can be a family type thing. It
Right.
can be. It can be. If someone coming over, if the games are on, like there's burrito shows, quesadillas, fun food, everything from pork chops to you name it. It's on there. Soup and sandwich day. It's a lot of shows to watch.
And like last night, I mean, was really, I mean, that's definitely a family meal. They make so much of it. He had two huge plates, and I'm sure there was some. So that's great. Something, and it sounds more when you see him do it. It brings it back to reality that you could do it if you get the proper ingredients and take time. And it wasn't that long. It wasn't like, oh my goodness, it could take 4 days. 20 hours to do it. It doesn't. And it's a filling dish, of course, a beautiful dish. And you get to try all the different seafoods as well as some of the meats that are in it. So that's what's so cool about it. And it's filling with the wonderful and saffron rice is so big. Saffron is one of the most expensive herbs
Yes,
around.
very much so.
You would just say, why do they put the yellow rice? Well, it's a wonderful look, but it's also a great flavor. So
Very effervescent. It's beautiful, beautiful. The aroma of that saffron when it begins to saute with that rice was with the saffron, the chorizo, and the vegetables all mixing it together. It was outstanding.
We unfortunately weren't able to get that. All right, Chef. Well, we're gonna shut it down a little early, which is normally nothing. And I apologize for you not being able to follow easily on the photos. I don't know where we went wrong there, but next time if there is one, we'll definitely do a better job of communicating that. Because I assumed you could also. I don't know why, but I've been assuming that you could see these dishes that came up. So I'm really disappointed that that didn't happen because all of the other things, the artists and all, they never say, well, I don't see that painting. But I always caution them to have the phone nearby with the pictures they send so they'll, make sure they understand what they're looking at. Anyway, doesn't matter. You gave it the description, so each dish people know, and the important thing is they can remember in the look of it. So, folks, well, we're going to go ahead and tell Chef goodbye, and then we're going to stay on for a minute or two and tell you about some other programming we got coming. We got 2 more shows this week, not Chef shows, but other. Hopefully, you'll find variety, and we really starting to pick up some new shows maybe next week. So, Chef, unless there's anything else besides telling us farewell, we do appreciate so much that you come on and give us your time and continued success not only with your shows but in your own career.
Thank you, Bob. I appreciate it.
And please tell your lovely wife, keep up the good work. Don't let you down as a camera lady.
I definitely will.
Take care. Have a good week, sir. Well,
God
just
bless you.
one last thing. How about Friday night? What are you doing Friday night? We'll give a little sneak preview for those.
I think I'm gonna do some Jaguar spring rolls.
Oh, the things that we saw here?
Yes.
There you go, folks. You saw it first. Now learn how to do it. Check him out Friday night at 9 Central, 10 o'clock Eastern on one of those different platforms. Thanks again, Chef,
Yeah.
for talking to. Take care, sir.
Have a great day.
Bye-bye. All right, folks. Wow, wasn't that something, huh? Chef James A. Graham, the Bishop of Culinary Arts, with his Dining with the Bishop and Bishop Eats. got so many ways that you can see him twice a week, as well as after the fact on his YouTube station, to see what a great job. I'm a total ignoramus when it comes to cooking, so that's why I've always. Plus, I didn't want to compete with a lot of the other cooking shows because most of the chef shows are geared to cooking, and that's great. That way you can emulate. I never will be a good cook, just like I'll never be a good gardener. On a new garden show, I have to have an expert because I kill everything I put in the ground. It's just a big pothole. It's like whatever that a house or a boat where you just keep pouring money in, pouring money in, and I don't see any results. But anyway, at least because I have this huge capacity for consuming food, and especially food on the outside, since I've been eating out, most of my life, more than most of my life. I have a real appreciation of the work, and more importantly, the product that these chefs are putting out. I know sometimes financially we can't have that ability to go to a restaurant. It doesn't have to be upscale, but something an independent as opposed to fast food. I get into all those disparities, but someplace where you can sit down and enjoy the dish, as opposed to, and I think most people are realizing that now during this current period where you may have took every restaurant for granted, fast food or whatever, because you just got it read or you ate and you just paid attention to your conversation. But now you see that even if you pick up these foods from the restaurant and bring it home, sure, it's nice to be with your family, but there's something missing. And that missing is not being able to enjoy the ambiance and freedom of being in a restaurant. And also, service. Here you have to still serve yourself. So you're missing a lot of situation. Not only the warmth because you get your food right there as opposed to transporting it, maybe have to reheat it, but you don't have to serve yourself. So it doesn't seem as laborious. But so hopefully that's coming back. I don't know. Every day you listen, and it's got different situations. So let's finish up by telling you, as I mentioned, what Chef was on. We've done a great job today with Chef. Tomorrow, let's see, we have what we call Real Review, REEL, and that's a show that's been on for since 2010, I believe, and it deals with filmmaking, actors, writers, etc., involved with films and even TV. That came about 2008 when New Orleans was trying to buy the Hollywood South and did a damn good job about it until they started worrying about how much money they were giving away, and now they're trying to reclaim their territory from the neighboring city. But it's coming back. So this young filmmaker from New York, I won't give you his name. He specializes in documentaries, but he's bringing three projects, small movies, less than 5 minutes each, I think, and we'll be discussing those as well as hearing all about his career and his life in the big city. He lives in the NYC. And on Thursday, we are restarting a program called Roots, ROOTS Review. It has nothing to do with your genealogy, but it's involving gardening and also florals or floral arranging. We're lucky to we'll be having a guest who is with the Louisiana LSU Agricultural Center. I believe she's an horticulturist. I'm trying to be wrong, but I think she's right. She's very, very knowledgeable young lady. And that's going to be at 11 a.m. on Central Daylight Time on Thursday. And we're going to be talking about, we'll be looking at gardening down in Florida. She doesn't do flowers. She grows flowers, but not arranging. So, the topic which we set out the last time we had a show will be on vegetable gardening. So she has show us some of the wonderful produce that she's growing in her own yard. You'll be able to questions and answers by using the live public chat portion of our program, which unfortunately we didn't get anyone to do that today. I'm sorry on that. And also, she'll be giving us some gardening tips. Next week, we got a new lineup of things and some other shows, realty review. We don't want to give you too much. We'll give you a schedule maybe Sunday. But watch us tomorrow. That's at 1 p.m. New Orleans or Central Time, 2 p.m. Eastern, and on Thursday at 11 a.m. Central Time. For Bob Bockelman, for Chef's Chat USA, and for the New Orleans TV Internet Network system, we appreciate you coming on, following us, and look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Here.